Okay, we are excited to share the next part of the war chapters in the Book of Mormon with you today. But first we want to say happy birthday to Joseph Pinto on Wednesday and Julia Bricka on Saturday. Happy birthday, you guys. We are also still on our August scripture. It's Helaman 5:12. Let's say it together, okay? And now remember that it is upon the rock of our Redeemer, who is Christ, the Son of God, that ye must build your foundation, a foundation whereon if men build they cannot fall. I almost got it. Okay, last time we were here, we were talking about the wars between the Nephites and the Lamanites. They are still going on. Okay, so right now it's really tense because the Nephites and the Lamanites, we're going to use the two different colors to distinguish them. Red for Nephites, blue for Lamanites. They are fighting against each other, but the Nephites are starting to fight among themselves. There's a whole part of the population who wants Pahoran off of the judgment seat. They just want to kick him out, and they're called the kingmen. They want to make him a king, their leader a king. So they're kind of divided over here. Meanwhile, Captain Moroni is fighting out in the fields Amaron, who is the captain of the Lamanite army. Okay? So things are getting really treacherous because Captain Moroni is out here fighting, but they're having all of these little fights back in the capital, and so they're not really being supported very well with troops, supplies and stuff like that. So when we come into this part of the Book of Mormon, things are getting really hard with the Nephite soldiers and the people of, do you guys remember all of Ammon's converts that they came and they lived in the city of Jershon, but they made a promise they would never ever, they buried their weapons of war and they promised they would never fight again. Do you remember those guys? Mm-hmm. Do you remember?
Yeah.
So at this point, they're feeling really bad about this because the people that they've gone to live with who've protected them for all these years are now in danger of being annihilated. And they were like, just let us take our weapons. Here, let's get out some weapons. Here, Will. Let us take our weapons again. Here you go. And we'll come and help you fight. And Moroni and some of the other Nephite leaders, they say, don't do it, because you've already promised that you were not going to do it. And if you break that promise, the oath that you made with God, then you're going to be in trouble with God, and we don't want that to happen. So just we'll protect you. And so they go and they realize that their sons are old enough to go and fight, even though they're really young. I mean, we're talking probably Max's age here, maybe even William's age. They're super young, and they probably shouldn't be going to battle. But
wait, did they promise that just they wouldn't use the weapons, or all of their generation?
They promised that just them, that generation
so
of people.
Their family.
They wouldn't do it anymore. So Moroni sends Helaman. Where's my Helaman? He sends Helaman with. Okay, well, can you set these up? So this is Helaman. We're going to use the yellow ones. These are all of his stripling warriors. Can you put these on around him?
Is that what the army of Helaman song?
Yes. We are as the army of Helaman. Yep. This is about Helaman's stripling warriors.
Isn't there a song about the stripling warriors too?
Just that one. That's all I know. So Helaman has this army of little warriors that he takes out with him. And I can just imagine as a mother how they must have felt knowing that their children were going to be going out to battle. It must have just been heartbreaking for them. And I can imagine how hard they prayed that the Lord would protect them. I know those prayers. And I'm sure that's what happened. And so as a result, after all of these battles, these kids were as solid as they come. They it says they fulfilled every word with exactness. They did everything they were supposed to do, and they prayed hard, and they said that they knew that their mothers knew the words of God and had taught them what they were, and they had faith. And as a result, after all of the wars that they fought in, not a single one of these boys were lost. Not a single one. All of those wars, they got hurt, but they didn't die. Not even one of them. And it's, to this day, is one of the most miraculous parts, I think, about in the war chapters, because they just were protected so much. I just want to tell you guys a couple of these cool battle stories, okay? At this point, we see how brilliant Captain Moroni was as a commander. His whole philosophy was that he wanted to just take back the lands. Yeah, he wanted to take back the lands that the Nephites had lost to the Lamanites, because he wanted to protect their freedoms. He didn't want them to go into bondage. Okay, so his whole philosophy was, let's do this without shedding blood. Let's take this back as best we can without killing very many people. So, first one, city of Gid, Lamanite territory. Okay? Captain Moroni, where'd my captain go? Did you take off their badges? Did you bury Captain Moroni? Captain Moroni, he comes and, where's my Amaron? And says to Amron, give us our prisoners. And Amron's like, no, give us our prisoners. And Captain Moroni's like, nope, not going to do it, because you want us to lay down our weapons and just walk away and be in bondage to the Lamanites, and we're not going to do it. And he's like, well, you want us to stop fighting, we're not going to do it either. So they just kind of had a standoff, right? So then Moroni takes all of his armies and delivers wine to the Lamanites, and they get drunk. Here.
Yeah, put all of them on.
Didn't that happen earlier too?
Yeah, I know. How many times are they going to fall for the same trick? They get the wine, they get drunk, they totally pass out. Oh, here's Amron.
There's Amron.
They totally pass out, and while they're passed out, the Nephites come in, bam, they take the city of Gid. While they were drunk. So, that's pretty cool. Okay, so that's the city of Gid. Next city. We've got the city of Antipara.
And did it.
I get these all mixed up. Oh yeah, so the city of Antipara. Oh, don't bury all my troops.
No. That's the lake.
Okay. The city of Antipara was Lamanites. Hold on, we need these. The city of Antipara was the Lamanites, and they are sitting here watching Captain Moroni and all of his armies. Here, let's put them all up. William, can you put the yellow ones up? Because we've got the Stripling warriors here too. Oh, these are the other defectors that joined the Lamanites. So we've got them over here in the city. And they're watching them come to war. Meanwhile, Amron's getting scared that the Nephites are going to take some of their other cities. And so all of these people from the city of Antipara are watching them prepare, and they get scared and they run away. They run away, and the other warriors go and support some of the other Lamanites cities. So, bam, Antipara becomes the Nephite territory. So that one's no bloodshed again. And then there's the city of Cumeni. I think that's how you say it. Lamanite territory. Okay? My soldiers are dying. They're getting buried. Oh, this one, I love this one. So there's a wall around Cumeni. Okay? And Captain Moroni realized that there was no one camped, none of the Lamanite warriors are camped along the back wall. Okay? And so he takes his army. He takes his army here. Can you guys help me? And they during the night, they take ropes and ladders and they let them down into the city.
No.
And everyone's asleep.
It's like spies.
Yeah, like spies. Dun 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 dun. This is Mission Impossible, Captain Moroni style. So they let down themselves into the cities, and actually I'm getting that mixed up with Nephi-ha. This is not what they did, but this was Nephi-ha, so they actually took that back too. Okay, that the city of Cumeni was different because they went and they camped outside the city. Okay, they camped out. These are really large tents for that small city, but
Look.
okay, they start camping out here. The Lamanites see them, okay,
Put
and
these guys in there.
they think that the whole army of the Nephites are out there. Okay, yeah, here's the army of the Nephites, and here's the Lamanites.
Oh, there's one in a tent.
So they're watching?
They're watching, and they think that this is the whole army of the Nephites. So they come out and start chasing them, okay? So the army of the Nephites run away towards Zarahemla. Here, can you help it? No, they're chasing him. So they run after these guys. You guys go this way. The Nephites run away to Zarahemla, and then, unbeknownst to the Lamanites, who have sent their whole army out to chase the armies of the Nephites, part of the Nephites come back over here, kill the guards that are left to guard the city, which is like just a few, and then they take the rest of the city. So then when the Lamanites follow them to Zarahemla, and they're almost there, and they say, oh dear, they're taking us to this huge city, they're going to overtake us, we better head back to our other city. So then they turn around, and they're like, oh, surely the Nephites are tired. So they camped that night, and they slept. But the Nephites were like, well, we're tired, but we're not that tired. So they kept walking while these guys slept. And in the morning, the Lamanites woke up, and they headed back to Cumeni. And guess who was already there? The Nephites. Bam, Cumeni taken, no bloodshed. That was pretty cool too. There. So you can see Captain Moroni was really good at strategies he was really smart. He just outsmarted the Lamanites. Either that or the Lamanites were really dumb. I don't know, but maybe it's a little of both. And he took back all of the cities that they had taken from them, and he was so relieved about this. But he's like, there's no way we can hold all these cities if we don't have enough troops. So he's writing letters to Pahoran. Where are you? Why are you sitting on your lazy seat like you're just ignoring us, and you're just thinking that all this freedom is coming to you without any kind of battle? And he's not hearing anything back, and he's so angry. He's just so mad that Pahoran is the chief judge, and the one that is supposed to be sending him more troops and more food and provisions.
Sending who?
Captain Moroni. So he's got all of these cities, but he can't hold them very well because he doesn't have that many troops. Pahoran is in the capital city of the Nephites, and he's supposed to be sending troops to Captain Moroni. Well, unbeknownst to Captain Moroni, the kingmen, do you guys remember those people I talked about before, the ones who wanted to get Pahoran out? They kicked him out, they put their person in, and they had taken over the city of Nephi-ha. And that is when Pahoran was like, please, Moroni, come save us. So Moroni takes his armies, and he goes back, and that's when the whole letdown, where they climbed the walls down into the city of Nephi-ha, and they took back the judgment seat. And they basically said to anybody who was there, look, you choose to support the Nephites or you're out. And some of them were out, so they got killed. And some of them decided to stay. And actually a lot of the Lamanites who were in the city at the time, they decided to join the people of Ammon, and so a lot of people converted to the church. Anyway, at this point, things are just all of the Nephites are so tired, and this one Nephite captain, his name is Teancum, who I didn't make a tag for. Oh, Teancum, I'm so sorry.
You can use this as this tag.
Yeah, we'll just do that. So Teancum is so angry. He is so mad at this point that all of these wars had happened, and he he just thinks, like, if I can just take him out. I mean, you can imagine, like, this is the Hitler of the time, right? He's like, if I can just take out Amaron, this whole thing will be over. So he does Teancum style over the walls again in the middle of the night. And he finds Teancum sleeping in his tent. Yep. And he comes and takes a javelin. Yeah, I want you to
Wait,
start.
I
Let's
thought
use this.
Teancum was the one doing this.
Teancum is a Nephite soldier who was sick of all of the bloodshed.
Oh.
And he hops over the walls of the Lamanite city where Amaron is sleeping.
Oh,
He
you said it was
takes a
Teancum.
javelin and he stabs him in the heart.
Gosh.
He misses though, and it creates just enough noise that all of Amaron's soldiers wake up and kill Teancum, who is this great leader in the Nephite army. And when Moroni and his soldiers wake up in the morning, Helaman and Tiamner and Gid and all of his captains wake up and find out that Teancum has died, they were so sad. And they fought like dragons that day and ended the war. It was pretty much done at that point. And took out lots of Lamanites, and at that point they had all of the major cities back, and they had enough people to support it.
Wait,
and
who died? Is this guy died?
Teancum died, and so did Amaron. Yes,
So-
you can bury them.
Yay.
Wait, Amaron died?
Yeah. He stabbed him in the heart, and before he died, he made enough noise to wake up his servants, and the servants are the ones who killed Teancum.
Wait, I thought you said he missed.
He did. He missed killing him right away. He missed his heart by a little bit, enough to make him wake up and make enough noise to wake up his servants. So I have a few questions. I have a question. I think I asked it last week. I want to ask it again. Why do you think that they put so many chapters in the Book of Mormon about the wars? And why did they give us so many details about the wars?
To show us how much people went through to have what we whatever you have
To
now.
preserve freedom? Yeah, that's a really good point. William, Anna, what do you guys think? Why do you think the war chapters are important?
Because it might happen again, so we could get ready.
That's true. It might happen again, so it teaches us how to be ready. I wonder why none of the warriors, none of the stripling warriors were killed.
Because, like all the boys, the little boys.
Yeah.
Because all the mothers were praying, all the people were praying and praying, hoping their children won't be killed.
Yeah, I think that is definitely part of it.
Oh, so? Oh,
Yeah.
he's getting them out. So
Oh.
then, now the zombies.
I wonder too if maybe I don't know. I wonder if those children of the sons of the people who had been converted in the city of Ammon, if the Lord was especially watching out for them because he knew how much their parents, their fathers had given up. It must have been so hard for them to watch the sons go out to war when they couldn't. So I think he also gave them, it was a blessing of their covenant that they made with God. I don't know, I think that might be why. Last question.
See, this was my zone.
Yeah. I wonder why so many people had to die. Alright, let me change that question a little bit. I wonder what people learned after all of these people died. I wonder what people learned from this war.
War isn't the answer.
What'd you say, Beck?
War isn't the answer.
War isn't the answer. That's a good point. What do you think, Anna?
Maybe, wait, what is the question?
I wonder what people learned from this war.
They tried,
You're not sure? What do you think, Will? I wonder what people learned from this war. I wonder how it changed them. What do you think? How would it change you to have to fight in a war?
What?
You know, it says in the scriptures that people's hearts were softened after this war. So I pray that we can have our hearts softened just reading about the war, not having to fight one. And I think that's it for today. Thanks, primary kids. We'll see you
Bye,
next week.
primary.
Bye, primary kids.